Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will show you a complete Cisco lab where we will be performing SVI, HSRP, DHCP and ACL. So this lab will be more interesting and so stay tuned till the end of this video. So to perform the configuration, I have taken a topology which consisting of multiple end devices like PCs, laptops, and I have taken one server. Then I have taken two L2 switches and then two L3 switches. Okay, four switches. Now I will connect all our end devices one by one to our main L2 switch. So just select the cable and just connect one by one all our end devices to our first L2 switch. Similarly, I will connect other devices to our second L2 switch and also server to our L2 switch. Now we will connect our L2 switch to our L3 switch. So for that I will use a crossover cable and first interface gigabit Ethernet 01. I will connect to our first core switch in a gigabit Ethernet 01 port. Similarly, second port I will connect in second core to switch. Similarly, uh, second L2 switch I will connect to our both L3 switch. So I will select the cable which gigabit is 01 port and I will connect to our first L3 switch. Similarly, I will take a second cable. I will take a gigabit Ethernet port and I will connect to first core switch gigabit Ethernet 02. Okay, so in this way our topology is done. So what we are performing, performing we will create a VLANs and we will name the VLAN and we will add the interface into the VLAN on a L2 switches. Okay, so first of all, to create a VLANs, I will just show diagrammatically. I will just separate the devices uh, in two VLANs to look the topology better. So I will mention two VLANs here. Suppose first VLAN is of IT and I will mention the name as a VLAN 10 and this VLAN is suppose for admin and I will mention this as a VLAN 20 and this also of a second switch. So this will be again VLAN 10 and this is of admin and I'm adding this in a VLAN 20. Okay, so this will be our topology. So for configuration, I will use a notepad here. And first of all, I will do the configuration in our L2 switch. Okay, I will take first L2 switch, switch 1. First of all, I will enable, then I will type configure terminal to go into the privilege mode. Now I will create two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 and give the name. So first VLAN is VLAN 10 and I will give the name as IT. Second VLAN is VLAN 20 and I will give the name as admin. Okay. Two VLANs we have created. Now I will add the interfaces in each VLAN. So there are, you can see, there are four interfaces. First interface is FS01, FS02, this is FS03, and this is FS04. So in each VLAN there are two interfaces. So I will just add these interfaces. First interface range, you can see FS01 to 2. And so I will add this as access switch port access in VLAN 10. Similarly, I will add the second range, interface range FA03 to 4 In second VLAN, which is VLAN 20. So switch port access VLAN 20. Okay. Then I will add the interfaces trunk GI0102 as a trunk. So for that, I will mention the range interface range GIG 0/1 to 2, and I will mention switch port mode as a trunk. So this is the configuration for our L2 switch. Similarly, I will just copy this configuration and I will mention for our second L2 switch. So I will just mention SW2 means second and layer 2 switch. And I will just paste our configuration here. Now I will just copy this configuration and I will put in both of the switches. So I will go into the first switch. I will go into the CLI mode and I will just paste the configuration. Okay. And to check, I will just give one command do show VLAN brief. So this will show our VLANs. So I have created two VLANs 10 and 20 for IT and admin, and the interfaces FA01, FA02, FA03 and FA04 are added respectively in which VLAN. Okay, and also I had the two trunk interfaces. So to check that, for that, type do show trunk interface. Sorry, do show interface trunk. So here you can see our two ports 01 and 02. That is also added into the as a trunk. Okay. Similarly, just copy this configuration and just paste into the second switch, our L2 switch. So in this way, we have created the VLANs and named the VLAN and added all our interfaces in each VLAN in the switch. So now L2 configuration is done. Now we will perform the configuration on a L3 switch. So on L3 switch, first of all, we will create a VLANs, name a VLAN, then we will do one by one SVI, HSRP, DHCP full, and ACL. So first of all, create a VLAN. So I will mention the configuration in a command notepad here. Now on L3 switch, first of all, I will take a core S1 switch, core switch 1. Here also I will mention enable configure terminal. Then I will create a two VLANs. First VLAN 10, name I will give as IT. Second VLAN is 20 and I will give the name as a admin. Now I will add the interfaces, trunk interfaces. So there are two trunk interfaces GI01 and 02. So I will add them as a trunk. So interface range GIG 0/1 to 2. Okay, 01 and 02. And I will make this as a trunk switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q. This command we will give. And also I will give another command switch port mode trunk. So this will become all our interfaces will become as a trunk port. Okay. Then we will do the SVI. So for that SVI we will need a two IPs for our interfaces. For this SVI, suppose I will mention the IP is 192.168.1.1 and another IP I will mentioning as a 2.1. So on this end, I will mention 192.168.2 1.2 and another IP 192.168.2.2. So this is our SVI IP interfaces. Now I will mention this in a notepad and then we will add into the configuration. So first interface is VLAN 10. So I will just mention for your better understanding. I am creating this as SVI. So for SVI, I am creating interface VLAN 10 and I just add the IPs 192.168.1.1 in VLAN 10, which is and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. And for second VLAN 20, I will mention the IP 192.168.2.1 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So this is our two interfaces. Similarly, I will just copy this configuration and I will paste into the second switch, second core L3 switch. I will mention second core L3 switch, or I will just mention core switch 2. Okay, and I will just paste this configuration here. So these things will be same, only SVI will be different. So here SVI IPs. So I have created two IPs for SVI 10, 1.2 and 2.2. So I will mention the interface VLAN 10 and I will add the IP address 192.168.1.2 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 and second interface is VLAN 20 and IP address will be on this interface will be 192.168.2.2. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay, so now I will add these IPs and interfaces in each VLAN. So first of all, I will copy first configuration of on switch 1, core switch 1. So here you will get one screen. I will type no and I will just paste our configuration. Then I will paste the configuration of SVI. So I have created two SVI for VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 IP addresses. So I will just paste our configuration here. Now, if you want to check our VLANs and our interfaces, so you can just see by one command do show VLAN grid. So here you can see our two VLANs, uh, 10 and 20 for IT and admin department. And if you want to see our interfaces which we have added, so for that type do show IP interface brief. Do we are giving because we are into the configuration mode. If we are into the privilege mode, then we will give only this command show IP interface brief. Whenever we are into the configuration mode, we usually give do command on rest command will be same show IP interface brief. So also you can see our both interfaces are also added and both are into the up state. Similarly, I will add this configuration command. First, this commands on our second core switch. I will click on switch, go to the CLI option, press no, and just paste the configuration. And also add the SVI which we have created, two SVI 1.2 and 2.2. So just copy and just paste in our switch. So now SVI has been created. Now our next part is we have to create an HSRP. So HSRP means hot standby router protocol. So this used for the gateway redundancy means if any uh, switch or any router goes down, so another switch will become as a active as it is used as a, for the backup purpose. So all the traffic will move to the another device, L3 device or a router. Here in this case, we are using a L3 switch, which function as a routers also because it has a routing functionalities also. So for that, I am using a virtual switch. So I will just mention virtual HSRP IPs and I will give the two IPs. For example, 192.168.1.90 and another IP 192.168.2.90. Okay. Now I will go again into the notepad. So here now I will perform the configuration for HSRP. So for that I have to mention two VLANs. Okay, so first of all, first VLAN 10. So here I will make one IP standby one IP, first IP 192.168.1.90 as a standby. Then I will give the priority. I will give the highest priority for this IP. So I will mention 255 priority and then I will give the one another command standby one preempt. So means in case if any our first core switch goes down, then our second core switch will become up. That will become as a active. It will turn from standby mode to the active mode. So similarly, now second VLAN 20. Here also I will give standby 2 IP 192.168.2.90. So this is the configuration for HSRP in core 1 switch. So similarly, I will perform in second core switch. So here also I will just type interface VLAN 10. I will give standby 1 IP. I am mentioning for a VLAN 10 with 192.168.1.90 and standby 1 and priority. Here I am not mentioning for VLAN 10. I will mention the priority for VLAN 20. So standby 2 IP 192.168.2.90 and priority for this VLAN I will make as a high as a 255 and here also I will give a preempt command. Okay, so now I have given the commands. I will just copy and paste the commands in each switch. So just copy and go into the core switch first and just paste our configuration. Similarly, just copy our second IP's configuration and just paste into our second core switch. So in this way, our one interface become as a standby and one interface become active. Now we have to create an DHCP pool. So for that, I will go again back into the notepad and we will performing a DHCP pool configuration here. So for that, I will create a two pools for IT and admin department. So type show IP, no, IP DHCP pool. First pool is IT. I will create a default router here. I will mention one IP 192.168. Our virtual IP is 191.90, and I will mention the network for this. This is a 192.168.1.0's network, and the subnet mask is class C, which is 255.255.255.0. Similarly, I will create an DHCP pool for other department, which is admin, and I will mention the default router here as a 192.168.2.90. This is our second virtual IP, and network of 192.168.2.0, and subnet mask is same 255.255.255.0, as this is a class CIP. Similarly, just copy this DHCP pool configuration in second switch also, because the pool which we are creating is same in both the switches. Okay, so just copy and just go in our first switch and just paste our configuration. Now just similarly just go into the another core switch and just paste our configuration. So now our DHCP pool has been created. So let's just go to devices one by one and just check if we have got the IPs or not. So just go to device and just click on DHCP and wait for a moment. You can see we have got the IP 1.3. Similarly, just check in another PC, go to the desktop IP, click on DHCP. We have got one IP. If you go to the another device laptop, go to the desktop IP, go to the DHCP. We have got one IP 2.3. So similarly, one by one, just click each and every device and we will get an IP from our DHCP pool to each VLAN devices. Okay, now we will try to ping the IPs in each VLANs. So for this, we have got the IPs as a 1.3, and for this PC, we have got the IPs as a 1.4. So let's try to ping 1.4 and 1.3. So from this PC, I will try to ping 192.168.1.3. So you can see replies coming. We are able to ping in the same VLAN. Let's try to ping in another VLAN. Suppose I will take this laptop IP. This IP is 2.3. So let's try to ping 2.3 from this PC. So IP is 192.168.2.3, and wait for a moment and let's see. So you can see a request timeout is coming. Uh, we are not receiving any packets. All the packets are getting lost one by one. So all our packets are lost. The reason behind is that we are able to ping in the same VLAN, but we are not able to ping in a different VLAN because we have not enabled the routing. We know a router to connect the different means networks. We have to use a router. And here we are not using any router. We are using a L3 switch as a core switch. And we know that L3 switch can function as a router, means it has some routing functionalities. So for that, to enable the routing in L3 switches, we will give one command as a IP routing. Okay. So here I will just mention IP routing on over both the core switches. Okay. And also if you want to check our end devices, so just for that purpose, just give one command, show IP DHCP binding. So it will show our all the list of the VLANs devices from VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Okay, so now let's try to ping the device again. We were try to ping 2.3. Okay, so here we will just give a continuous ping minus T for continuous ping, and I will just mention 192.168.2.3. Wait for a moment. We should be able to ping to the another VLAN's IP also. Some first initial packets are gets dropped because they are trying to establish the connection. So you can see replies coming. Once we are able to ping to the another VLAN's IP also. So here we will perform one thing also. We have created HSRP, and now as I said, we have configured the HSRP for a gateway redundancy. Means if any of the uh, interface goes down, then the second function router, second switch also becomes active. So I have given the ping command here. You can see continuous ping command means our pinging is continuous right now. So let's see. Now I will just down any one of the interface here. I will go in first switch and I will just I will show you here. So you can see replies coming. So I will just down any one of the interface here. So I will just interface GI01. I will give the shut command and let's see if you are able to ping continuously or not. So our interface goes down. So you can see here our ports become red. Means first interface GI01 is goes down. And let's see here our interface we are able to ping continuously or not. It will take some time, but you can see here our still pinging is happening. Means even after any interface goes down, all our traffics moves to our second core switch. Means there is no network problem occurs. So our HSRP practical functioning properly. So this is basically used in a real world also. So now we have done the HSRP, we have created the DHCP pool. Now our last one thing is remaining that we will apply the HCL, ACL on any one of the switch. Suppose first PC which we have got the IP as a 1.3. So I will just mention this IP 192.168.1.3 and suppose this is our exam server and this IP which we have got uh, actually we have got the DHCP IP from this pool 2.6. Generally we give static IP, but here for the practical purpose we have just mentioned DHCP pool. So we have got the 2.6. So I will just mention IP as a 2.6. And now we will apply ACL error that 1.3 should not ping to the exam server 2.6. So initially we will try to ping if we are able to ping to this exam server 192.168.2.6. So you can see request timeout is coming. First packet is getting dropped. The reason behind is that we have not the up the interfaces also. So you can see reply is coming. Means we are able to ping. One thing I will just do here. So I will just up the interface also, which we have down earlier. So interface GIG 0/1 and I will give no shut command. So our interface will become up. Okay. So now I will apply ACL here. So I will just go to the notepad and I will write down the ACL command. So for that, I will create an access list. Access list, I will use an extended list. So for the extended list, I will use 100 number. Then I will use deny command. Then I will use an ICMP. And then I will use the source and destination host. So first host is 192.168.1.3 and our destination which is our exam server 2.6. So I will mention host 192.168.2.6. Now I will permit rest of the IPs. So for that I will mention access list 100 permit IP any. Okay, for source and destination. Now I will create an inbound. I will apply the ACL here on this interface. So just I will mention first interface that is VLAN 10 interface VLAN 10 IP access group 100 and I will apply interface on inside. Okay, so I will just copy this ACL commands and similarly I will just paste on switch 2 also because I will apply the ACL on both the switches. Okay, so I will just go into the switch and I will just paste our ACL configuration. Similarly, I will just go on another switch, core switch. I will go into the configuration mode and I will just paste our configuration. So now let's try to ping whether we are able to ping to the exam server or not. Initially we were able to ping. Now let's try to ping again 192.168.2.6. So you can see reply destination host is unreachable. We are not able to ping. So in this way, our ACL practical is also successful. If you try to ping another PC, let's try. Suppose this laptop and go to the command prompt and try to ping the exam server, which is 192.2.6, 192.168.2.6. So you can see a reply is coming. Means our ACL is applied on our first PC. So exam server access is blocked from first PC. So in this way, we have performed all these things SVI, HSRP, DHCP, and ACL in today's lab. And I hope you understand this today's lab. And if you like this video, please hit like button and please subscribe for my channel for more such a networking tutorials. Thanks for watching.